Coming up next on TV5 News Live.
A young classmate is injured when an 8th grader brandished a new weapon during the school's lunch period.
An escaped inmate makes the U.S. Marshals 15 Most Wanted list.
All this and more coming up right after this on Clarion's very own TV5 News Live.
Was made possible through a grant by Fox's Pizza Den. Fox's Pizza Den is located on Old Route 66 in Clarion and offers all-day delivery. Phone 226-5555. That's 226-5555. Fox's Pizza Den is open 7 days a week for your convenience. Phone 226-5555.
I'll take Simmons.
Yeah. Give me Jones.
Anderson.
Smith.
Lightfoot.
Bishop.
Hernandez.
Swifka.
Harris.
Lavender.
Peavy.
Yes.
In the game of life, you've got a much better chance at getting picked for a cool job with great pay if you take algebra, geometry, and calculus. You need to know how math can improve your future. Demand it. Call Nat and me. We'll tell you.
Feedback starts now. And I said, you know, wouldn't a better name for a movie to come out now? And I think I'm going to make the movie or write the book. It would be a great book to have. And you can call to get her book. You can also find it online. Well, I have a feeling I'm going to be rather opinionated. People I know so. Let's ask them about scheduling. Why is it that students have such a problem here with?
Tune into Feedback with Mark Despotakis every Tuesday and Wednesday night beginning at 7:30 p.m.
We're totally out of time. No time to talk to you. We'll see you tomorrow.
This is TV5 News Live. Good evening. It's Wednesday, March 7th. I'm Carrie LaPoo.
And I'm Kelly Esno. Here's a look at some of the stories we'll have for you in the next half hour. A shooting at Pennsylvania school has one girl injured. We'll give you all the information. And Andy Williams has been arraigned. Find out what happened next.
And as always, Monica Williams will be joining us with the weather outlook. Stay with us. All this and more coming up next on TV5 News Live. It happened again just 2 days after a deadly school shooting in Santee, California. Another shooting happened this afternoon.
Mark Despotakis joins us in the newsroom with all developing details. Mark?
Exactly 48 hours since the last school shooting in California, there was another one. This one hit a little closer to home, near Williamsport, Pennsylvania. This time, an 8th grade girl is in custody after allegedly wounding a female classmate during lunch at a Roman Catholic high school in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Now, the injuries that were sustained are not life-threatening. Police and the church officials say the suspect was subdued by a school administrator. Here's some reaction from the scene.
She seemed in shock. She just kept saying she can't feel her arm. She plays sports. What's she going to do? She just couldn't feel it. That's all I heard.
The students are doing remarkably well. Of course, they're quite upset. They're shaken up. In many ways, they're devastated. However, they follow directions and directives beautifully. I can't say enough about the students and how well they handled this particular situation.
Police say a number of other students were in the cafeteria at the time of the shooting today at Bishop Newman Junior-Senior High School in Williamsport. Lycoming County District Justice Thomas Marino says those students were taken to the school auditorium where they were patted down by police in a search for weapons. Marino says the students were later taken to a nearby school where they were interviewed. So that's the latest on today's school shooting. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Mark Despotakis. Back to you, Carrie.
2 days after their lives were disrupted by gunfire, students returned to classes at Santana High School in Santee, California. Meanwhile, the suspect in Monday's deadly shooting rampage went to court. The judge granted a 2-week continuance for the arraignment of 15-year-old Charles Andrew Williams on a range of charges, including murder and assault with a deadly weapon. Bail was denied. Williams is accused of killing 2 classmates and wounding 13 other people. Police say Williams used a .22 caliber revolver that belonged to his father, who told investigators he kept the weapon in a locked cabinet as school reopened. Grief counselors were on campus to help students and teachers move on. 3 of the wounded students remained hospitalized. All are listed in good condition. Outside the school, a makeshift memorial has been set up under an arc of purple and gold balloons. Dozens of messages were written on the 2 white boards. Investigators say Williams came to school Monday with as many as 40 rounds of ammunition, and when he surrendered, the gun was fully reloaded. A serious accident landed a Titusville woman in the hospital yesterday evening. Witnesses say a car driven by Don Demon Ross was pulling out of the Quickfill when a truck collided into the driver's side of her car. Reports say firefighters took 20 minutes to rescue Monross from the car. Monross suffered head injuries and was rushed to UPMC Health Systems in Pittsburgh, where she is said to be in guarded condition.
A Venango jury sat through the second day of testimony today. The district attorney's office has charged an Edmonton couple, Wayne Decker and Vicki Levin, with sexual abuse and corruption of minors. The district attorney's office found a short videotape of the two minors, simulating sexual acts. The couple is accused of giving the 15 and 17-year-old girls marijuana and alcohol on several different occasions. The jury's verdict is expected to be in later this week.
The Clarion Free Library will be holding a Scholastic Book Fair. The fair will be located in the meeting room on the ground floor of the library. The fair will be held from March 26th through March 30th. The library is encouraging anyone with questions about the event to call the library at 226-7172.
Several ketchup, salsa, and condiment brands that are sold throughout Central America are on their way north of border following their acquisition by Pittsburgh-based H.J. Heinz. The two food companies that produce Banquet, Colombia, Tipica, and Emily Georg sauces are located in San Jose, Costa Rica.
Phony auction sites that disappear after taking consumers' money and phony shopping centers that never deliver the merchandise have been dubbed the worst internet offenders, according to an FBI report filed today. Statistics show that California ranks first among the number of online victims and criminals, followed by Florida, Texas, Pennsylvania, and New York. Stay with us, there is much more to come.
Senator Arlen Specter voices his opinions about the pardons.
And as always, we will look at your TV weather forecast. Stay with us. TV5 News Live continues after this.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant by the Captain Loomis Hotel and Restaurant. The Captain Loomis Hotel and Restaurant is located at 540 Main Street in Clarion and offers dining as well as a nightclub. The restaurant and nightclub are open 7 days a week for your convenience. Call the Captain Loomis Hotel and Restaurant, 226-8400.
Hi everybody, I'm Brandy. How would you like to give hope to millions of the world's children? UNICEF, the United Nations Children's Fund, is saving lives in over 140 countries by providing kids with medicine, clean water, nutrition, and education. With your help, UNICEF can make a huge difference in our world. For more information, call 1-800-FOR-KIDS. Thank you.
Standing out from the crowd is easy when you stop in at Fashion Bug, located in the Clarion Mall. Girls or fashion for women, they have it all with many different styles. With our newly expanded shoe and accessory department, you're surely to find that special touch to enhance that new outfit. And if you have a fashion question, our experts are here to help. That's Fashion Bug, located in the Clarion Mall, just off Exit 9 of Interstate 80. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. till 9 p.m. Sunday from noon till 5.
On the big highway of life, there's only one safe place for kids. The front seat's not the place to drop out. Don't want that big old bag to pop out. Put that booties in the back seat now. Have that condition never be out. Here to remind you to put them behind you. Wow! Look at here. To stay alive even when I drive.
From Clarion's very own, Carrie LaPoo, Kelly Esno, Monica Williams, Jarrah Heater. From Studio A, this is TV5 News Live.
Welcome back to TV5 News. Danny Parsha, the man who kept police at bay for 25 hours with gunfire last year, has been found mentally fit to stand trial. The gunman was charged with 3 counts of attempted homicide after injuring 3 police officers at his St. Clair Township home in Westmoreland County. Inmate Clayton Lee Wagner, formerly of Pennsylvania, once said he was on a mission from God to kill all abortion providers. Now he's on the run and has been placed on the U.S. Marshals 15 Most Wanted list. Wagner escaped from the DeWitt County Correctional Center in Clinton, Illinois, late last month.
In Aliquippa, officials have determined that thousands of dollars and about a fifth of the water pumped into the city is going down the drain. City engineer Mark Kennedy attributes the waste to faulty meters, firefighting, and broken pipes. According to his estimates, these factors are costing the city about $370,000 a year.
Senator Arlen Specter said today that people who lobby President for pardons should be forced to register with the government. The leading senator behind the Clinton pardons is concerned that former White House counsel Jack Quinn secretly lobbied former President Clinton for a pardon for fugitive financier Mark Rich. Coming up next, a look ahead to your weekend weather forecast. But first, here's a look at tonight's lotto numbers.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant by the Carpet Barn. The Carpet Barn is located at 470 South 5th Avenue in Clarion. The Carpet Barn is open Monday through Saturday for all your carpet needs. So call the Carpet Barn, 226-7332.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant from Clarion Hospital. Clarion Hospital is located off of Exit 9 of Interstate 80. Clarion Hospital offers outpatient services, transitional care, as well as an emergency room open around the clock every day of the year. More than 400 employees and 80 physicians work to serve the community. Call the Clarion Hospital at 226-9500. Clarion Hospital, providing health care to Clarion County and surrounding communities since 1954.
Welcome back. Italy has banned imports of all livestock species that are susceptible to foot and mouth disease. And France continues to slaughter suspected herds of animals, mostly sheep, suspected of having the disease. But even as other European nations continue an all-out fight against the virus, Britain appears to be less concerned. In the nation where the outbreak of foot and mouth began, horse racing has been resumed. The surprising action was taken despite farmers' pleas for a continued suspension of racing during the health crisis.
Vice President Dick Cheney has returned to work 2 days after undergoing angioplasty at a Washington hospital. Cheney took part in President Bush's White House talks with South Korea's president, and he visited Capitol Hill for a meeting with House Republicans. Afterwards, he told reporters he's having the time of his life and that he enjoys his job very much. He also explained the medical procedure he underwent.
You've got the normal plaque buildup in the arteries if you're a coronary artery patient, as I am. The only place I had any change in my anatomy with respect to that buildup was on the place that had narrowed that we put a stent in back in November. Putting the stent in turn, triggered the buildup of scar tissue, not plaque, but scar tissue, which is what we went in and fixed yesterday.
President Bush visited the Treasury Department on Wednesday to promote his tax cut proposal. The House of Representatives is scheduled to vote Thursday on proposed across-the-board income tax rate cut. And because Republicans hold a slim majority in the House, the plan is expected to pass.
Well, Monica, we've had a couple of blustery days so far this week. What can we look forward to with the weather for the rest of the week?
Hopefully you're in for a surprise, because I think we're going to experience some clear and sun.
Great. Excellent.
Let's go ahead and look at our satellite map.
And as you can see, that heavy cloud coverage that was in our area last week has moved out, but we have a small patch of cloud coverage that's moving in near Ohio, which you can see that's going to move in, and I don't think it's anything to really worry about. That sun's going to peek through there. Wish we were down here in Florida where they're experiencing no cloud coverage, and it's been like that for the last couple of weeks. Hopefully we'll see that soon. As you can see, we have the 3 high-pressure fronts. They're going to slowly try to move into our area, and usually when we see 3 high fronts, that usually means that we're going to experience some warmer temperatures, so hopefully it'll move up and we'll feel good. And now on to our hive maps. As you can see, our small patch where we're located, it's cold, and we're one of the coldest on the map in our region. As you can see around us, they're experiencing 10 degrees higher, and down here in North Carolina, where many CU students and community members are heading, they're experiencing nice weather. As you can see on our precip map, some of it's trying to move out of our area, but we do have some snow drifts and some light flurries that are still going on right now. Hopefully we'll be in the clear like everyone else is. Now on to our 5-day. Wednesday, high of 32 with a low of 21. Thursday, partly sunny, high of 24 with a low of 21. Friday, that sun's going to try to peek through again with a high of 32 and a low of 25. And Friday, high of 34 with a low of 23. And Sunday, once again, it's partly sunny with a high of 36 and a low of 23. Well, thanks, Monica. So we're going to have some warmer weather, but still keep the coats and jackets and mittens and everything.
Yes. Winter's not gone yet.
Thank you very much. Sports follows this break, and a look at tonight's stock report.
Doesn't believe in heroes.
Open the mouth really big.
But he donates care to disadvantaged children.
Say,
You don't have to believe in heroes to be one. Be a hero to a child in your community. Call 1-800-6-CHILDREN.
It takes so little to save our waters for future generations. Using less toxic household cleaners and fewer lawn care chemicals protects so much. Helps stop water pollution forever. Clean water. If we all do a little, we can do a lot.
Feedback starts now. And I said, you know, it wasn't a better name for a movie to come out now, and I think I'm going to make the movie or write the book. It would be a great book to have. And you can call to get her book. You can also find it online. Well, I have a feeling I'm going to be rather opinionated. People I know so. Let's ask them about scheduling. Why is it that students have such a problem here with?
Tune into Feedback with Mark Despotakis every Tuesday and Wednesday night beginning at 7:30 p.m.
We're totally out of time. No time to talk to you. We'll see you tomorrow.
It may not look like it, but you're watching the future of the Earth pass by. Because many of these products are made from materials you've been recycling. But to keep recycling working, you need to buy products that say, made from recycled materials. For all those next in line, it would mean the world to them.
Take Simmons. Yeah. Jimmy Jones. Anderson.
Smith.
Lightfoot.
Bishop.
Hernandez.
Swifkoff.
Harris.
Lavender.
Pete believe you.
Yes.
In the game of life, you've got a much better chance at getting picked for a cool job with great pay if you take algebra, geometry, and calculus. You need to know how math can improve your future. Demanded. Call NACME. We'll tell you.
Joins us with sports. Sarah, what is happening in sports?
Well, Matt Ness is here to tell us some of the basketball news, and we have the latest in university wrestling as well.
All right.
This past weekend, the Clarion men's basketball team brought home its first PSAC championship. Now here with the story is TV5 Sports' Matt Ness.
Thanks, Jara. In front of 300 fans at Edinburgh University, Clarion's men's basketball team claimed their first PSAC title by beating Westchester in a nail-biter 80-77 overtime victory. It was a hotly contested game that came down to the final few seconds of regulation.
12 seconds left in regulation. Clarion trailed 68-65. Westchester's Ramsey Stanton was then fouled and went to the line. I asked Coach Ryder what he was thinking at that point.
We knew that he wasn't the best foul shooter, so I think we fouled the right guy. We did timeout, iced him a little bit.
The strategy worked. The Stanton then missed the front end of a 1-and-1 opportunity. Sophomore Wally Smith pushed the ball back up the court, with Clarion needing a 3 to tie the game. Smith pulled up and took the miracle 3 that knotted the game at 68.
I was happy at winning, and I felt like after that shot win, I felt like we had a good chance of winning because, we had momentum going into the overtime.
He's won 3 or 4 games like that, maybe not quite that dramatic, but he's hit, I know, 2 other games in the last 5 seconds. He's hit a shot to win a game.
I was just hoping that we'd get a shot out of it. Rod luckily started to tip it. Riley went to length of the floor, hit the big shot for us. He just played tremendous home.
Steve Sawatka had an excellent tournament, capping it off with 24 points against Westchester. His play was especially important late after David Shear and Alan Stevens had fouled out. Clarion headed into OT without his 2 top inside threats.
We had that situation down at IUP a week earlier, and the kids just stepped it up and played their hearts out. So it wasn't like we weren't there before. Steve Nesbitt and Mark Starkey stepped it up and played outstanding defense.
Clarion played solidly in the extra frame, giving the Golden Eagles their first PSAC title. But how far can this team go?
I think we can go all the way. I honestly do. I think we have good team chemistry. I think we're peaking right now. We're playing our best basketball of the year. So I think it's up to us how far we can go.
With the Golden Eagles on a hot streak, playing exceptionally well, Clarion could be home to more than just the PSAC title.
Now Clarion will move on to the NCAA Division II tournament. There they will face off with Salem International, who is ranked 3rd in the East Regional. I asked Coach Ryder what his game plan would be for dealing with them.
You have to deal with these guys? Well, they're a very talented team. They're always a nationally ranked top 10 team in the country every year. They're a team out of the West Virginia Conference. They're primarily made up of JUCO players and Division I transfers, and they got some serious talent. They'll be one of the biggest teams we'll face. They start 2, 6, 8, 6, 9 guys up front. They're very talented, very athletic. But we've played teams. I would shape them up. It'd be a lot like California, probably. A little bit like Cheney.
See now some footage of the Clarion basketball team heading off to Charlotte for their game. Clarion will take on Salem International tomorrow night in Charlotte, North Carolina. You can listen to the game on 91.7 WCUC. Tip-off is slated for 6 p.m. Now we'll send it back over to Jara, the rest of sports.
Thanks, Matt. In wrestling news, Clarion heavyweight John Testa defeated West Virginia's Ryan Keller 7-4 in the championship finals. The Golden Eagles finished 4th in team scoring at the 26th Annual Eastern Wrestling League Championships. Testa, a sophomore, won his individual title with 3 quality takedowns against Keller. Testa had double-leg takedowns in the first, second, and third periods, plus an escape in the second to account for his 7 points. Keller had a first-period reversal and 2 escapes. The win by Testa avenges an earlier 5-2 dual meet loss to Keller in December. Edinburgh won its 4th straight team title, while Lock Haven was 2nd, Pitt 3rd, and Clarion 4th. Along with Testa, Clarion will send 197-pounder Eric Malthert, Brad Martinez at 133, Frank Edgar at 141, Dom Sura at 149, and Shane McChesney at 157 to Nationals. That's all in sports for this week. Now back over to Kelly and Carrie.
Thanks, Jara. And coming up now is Christina Sullivan, who joins us with tonight's Entertainment Beat.
Hello, welcome to Entertainment Beat.
Shaggy's got the money and the power. Respect is on the way. 3 years after being dropped by Virgin Records, he's the toast of MTV's Total Request Live and preparing to tour with the Backstreet Boys. The wisecracking Jamaican may chat lyrics about banging on the bathroom floor, but he's dead serious about breaking down the musical culture. Shaggy has become one of the biggest reggae stars in the world. So, we are all wondering, after his one-hit wonder, what's next? Well, Shaggy's new album, Hot Shot, has the numbers speaking for themselves. This week, Shaggy added another 271,000 copies to its triple platinum sales. The album features his hit single, It Wasn't Me. It's tough not to feel disappointed with Dave Matthews Band's fourth RCA effort, Every Day. Considering the strength of the group's catalog and knowing that the album was just not produced, but co-written and re-recorded by pop songsmith Glenn Ballard, Every Day feels more like a quick note from Matthews on what he's been up to lately, rather than the final crafted masterpiece his fans were expecting. This week at the box office, The Mexican is at #1. This action-adventure movie starring Julie Roberts and Brad Pitt is adding some spice to the North American box office as it toppled out Hannibal from its #1 position. This crazy couple is dealing with relationship issues while finding a few obstacles in their path to happiness. That's all the gossip from Hollywood. For Entertainment Beat, I'm Christina Sullivan from TV5 News. Thanks, Christina. Thank you for joining us tonight for TV5 News Live. Join Susan Honorad and Amanda Miller next Tuesday night for TV5 News Live at 8. I'm Carrie LaPoo.